Day 2. True power is consciousness. For thousands of years, humanity has searched for power in the wrong places, in weapons and armies, in gold and politics, in the cold machinery of control. But after all these centuries, we found nothing, because true power was never out there. It was always within, hidden in the silent center of consciousness. Humanity built machines that could move mountains, but could not move the weight of its own fears. We crossed oceans, reached space, but we never dared to dive into the depth of our own hearts. The greatest illusion of every age was to believe that power is something to own, but real power is awareness, the courage to know oneself. A person's strength is not measured by what they possess, but by what they perceive. A nation's greatness is not its armies, but its depth of conscience. And an era is not defined by technology, but by the level of consciousness it reaches. Technology split the atom, yet we still haven't split our ego. Ignorance, arrogance, fear, these are the invisible chains of the modern age, and the only way to break them is to wake up. True power is the power to see when fear is controlling you, to see when comfort is consuming you, to see when lies are entertaining you, and to see the systems that quietly separate you from yourself. Awareness is the beginning of every revolution, because consciousness is the most silent, yet the most revolutionary force in existence. One thought can change the direction of a century. One awakening can free millions from their chains. Every great transformation in history began with the awakening of a single mind. True power does not frighten, it enlightens. It does not silence, it understands. It does not destroy, it transforms. Light does not fight darkness, it simply shines and darkness disappears. A conscious human is not the enemy of the system, they are its mirror. They do not shout in anger, they speak with understanding. They know that every act of hatred is born from the absence of awareness. The awakening of one consciousness is the end of an era of blindness. Real power is the evolution of the inner world. To become the master of your own mind, that is the first condition of being human. The mind is a garden. If you plant fear, fear will grow. If you plant love, light will multiply. The change that begins in one mind rewrites the destiny of the world. Today, the world is not governed by governments or corporations. It is governed by the collective consciousness. If society breathes anger, anger becomes the system. If society breathes compassion, peace becomes the system. This world is nothing more than the reflection of 7 billion states of mind. And now that reflection is reaching a breaking point. We will rise through awareness or collapse through ignorance. The difference between the two is a single choice, individual yet universal in consequence. True power is the courage to make that choice, to stop blaming the darkness and light your own candle, to rebuild humanity, not by tearing down systems, but by awakening souls. Because without consciousness, freedom is only a slogan. Without consciousness, love remains on the surface. Without consciousness, humanity is nothing but a programmed crowd. But with consciousness, a word becomes a prayer, a glance becomes hope. A human becomes humanity, and the world, once again, breathes. True power does not shout, it whispers, and everything changes. It does not conquer, it illuminates. And that power, the eternal power of awareness, is already within us, waiting to wake.